How comfortable are you being alone? A solo coffee, a quiet weekend to yourself. Now imagine being alone night after night, year after year. Does that thought make you uncomfortable? Now most of us say that I love being alone until a few weekends pass and the only company you've got is Netflix and your own thoughts. That's when the "Hey stranger" messages start flying. We're so wired for constant connection that even a moment of silence makes us grab our phone. Now, I've been there too. But when distraction becomes your default response to solitude, you limit your potential. So let's talk about treating solitude like a personal project, not something to endure, but something to enjoy. Where instead of asking, what's missing? We ask, what does this space give me the ability to create? In this video, we'll cover why silence sometimes feels uncomfortable and how to shift that mindset. We'll talk about the difference between being alone and being lonely. And I'll share 4 simple steps to reset when loneliness creeps in. By the end of this video, you'll see that solitude isn't something to escape. It's something that gives you freedom. Now, your fear of being alone is primal. Back in the day, being solo may have meant getting eaten by a lion. But today, it just means you get full control over the playlist. Now, that is a simple but powerful realization. You can relax knowing that despite the discomfort sometimes, your safety isn't at risk because you're spending time alone. Of course, the silence can get loud. Sunday afternoons used to be challenging for me. The chores were done, my friends were busy, and the what now feeling would kick in. Until one conversation with a good friend changed it. My friend Hayley loved her Sundays, watering plants, cooking, walking, doing whatever she liked that brought her joy. Her time alone was freedom, not a sentence. And I decided to adopt a similar mindset. And suddenly, my Sundays shifted. The emptiness turned to clarity. Carl Jung once said that loneliness does not come from having no people around one, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to oneself. Now that resonated. My emptiness wasn't about being single. It was about not expressing what mattered with intention. Once I began sharing myself, first in writing, content creation, then through other pursuits, the loneliness lifted. Because here's the thing, a partner doesn't complete you. Purpose does. Without it, you'll feel lost even in a relationship. Now, counsellor David Richo says that relationships only meet about 25% of our emotional needs. The rest comes from self, family, passions, even pets. Now think about that. 3/4 of your fulfillment comes from you, not a partner. You. That's why learning to enjoy your own company is one of the most empowering things you'll ever do. You're not cutting yourself off. You're choosing intentional solitude, doing things you love, whether that's cooking, painting, walking, or journaling. You're doing it on your own terms. But if you do find yourself feeling a little lost and loneliness hits, I'll now share with you a 4-step simple reset to break the loneliness loop. Number 1, acknowledge the void. Instead of running from the feeling, ask, what am I really yearning for here? Sit with it, feel it, understand it without distraction. 2, shift your mindset. Remind yourself that this feeling is valid, but it's temporary, and you can shift it. And that moves us to 3, take intentional action. Less scrolling, more doing. Walk, write, move, create, clean, connect with nature. Purposeful action is the antidote to loneliness. And finally, 4, celebrate your independence. Create a list of things you love doing and use your time alone to recharge and do things that bring you joy. Because being single isn't a waiting room for real life. It's your chance to shape your life exactly how you want it. There may be gaps to fill, but there's also freedom. And once you're comfortable in your own company, you'll step into relationships from a place of strength, not desperation. So, being alone doesn't have to mean being lonely. If you boldly choose solitude, even just a few hours a week, you'll find freedom, clarity, and self-respect. All right, that is a wrap. If this resonated with you, please hit subscribe. It is inspired by my book, From Lonely to Loving Your Freedom. I'll put the link in the description. And in the next video, I'll share with you how to break free from dull routines, to design a life that excites you and one that makes you more magnetic. Hope to see you there.